Hey, welcome to the channel, or welcome back if you've already been here. Today we're going to be talking about how to spool line onto your bait caster. So only a few things you're going to need here. You're going to need your bait caster, of course, some monofilament, because I'm going to put some backing on there. We'll talk about that a little bit. I'm going to put some 30-pound braid on, so you're going to need that. A pair of scissors. I like the braid scissors specifically if you're using braid, because it makes that braid a whole lot easier to cut. And I use a little line spooling tool that clips onto my rod. Just makes it easier. You don't have to have one, but it makes it a little bit easier. I know some guys will stick it through their, stick it the spool between their toes and do it that way, or put a pencil in a cardboard box and put your line on there. Whatever works for you, but this makes it easier for me, so this is what I like to use. All right, so let's get to it. All right, so I'm going to take my line spooling tool and I'm going to clip it up here just past the second eye. You want it tight on there, but not so tight that it's going to pop itself apart. All right, then we're going to get our monofilament out. And you want to put this on here tightly, but not too tight. So you don't want it, you want it to create tension when it's going onto your reel. So that's pretty good right there. All right, so I'm going to take this and I'll put it down through this eye here. It really doesn't matter, you don't have to, because you'll see once I finish the backing, I'm going to tie on my braid, and then I'll have to go do all that again. So you're going to put it through this guide, and then here's the tricky part. And through the magic of video, I've got it in through those holes, and then I just tie an overhand knot on this. Doesn't have to be anything too fancy. You want it small so that you're not creating a big bump there that your other line has to go over. And then once you got that knot tied, clip it off nice and close again so you're not leaving a big bump there. And then hold it tight and start reeling. And you'll hear me clunking up there, but that's because I got a lot of tension on that. And so what you want to do with the backing is, it depends on how much and what kind of line you're putting on. So if you're putting on 50-pound braid like I am, you want to do about 20% of your reel backing. And backing does a couple things. It gives you a nice soft spot, a nice soft base of line for your other line to go on top of. And it also reduces your cost, because you can use monofilament for the backing, which is cheap, and if you're going to put on fluorocarbon or braid, which is more expensive, you're not using as much of that line. So I just kind of eyeball it here. I don't have a line counter or anything. I'm going to kind of eyeball it and say, okay, that's about 20%, probably about right here, right? And so once I've got that on there, then I can clip this off, and I'll switch out to my braid, and we'll be right back. Okay, so I got the braid on there, and again, you want to make sure it's going over the top, because it's going to go on the reel that same direction. Okay, so to tie my braid to my backing, I'm going to use a double uni knot. And if you need to know how to tie a double uni knot, you can go on my channel and look it up. I have a video, a short on it, that shows you how to do it real quickly. I'm not going to do as many twists as I would normally do because I want a smaller knot on here, and technically you really should never get to this knot when you're fishing. So I'm going to do 3. I normally would do 5 or 6. Just take that and pull it together, and that is a nice strong knot, and then you're going to snip it off just as close as you can. And my other tag end here. Alright, so there's your knot, nice and tight. And make sure you grab that here. I like to hold it down here by the reel to guide it in and create even, you know, just a nice even tension on there. And then you're just going to put your line on. And so if you look closely, what I'll do is I'll go until I'm just underneath, see this green stripe right here? I'm going to go just underneath that, and that should be just about the right amount of line. You don't want to put too much line on your rod, or you're going to find yourself bird nesting and just having a hard time with your casting. And that really is all there is to it. You just keep on reeling until you get the good amount on there. Keep that nice steady tension on there. You want your line to be on there tight so that it's not gonna create any problems when you're casting and it's coming off of there. Alright, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something, and come back and check out my other videos. Thank you.